April 13th, 2026. Okay. I did some videos and I had to delete them and I couldn't even upload them. I was swearing so bad. When you find out that Agent John, the one that told on me, they said in the beginning of the case that he knew the guy that did this to me. They were friends. That he was stealing for his friend because he was in debt to drug dealers. Like men said yesterday, do you realize how horrible this was for her? Her reporting that these people are he's stealing her money from the case to give to his friend because he's in debt to drug dealers. She's getting harmed. No one's helping her because other police departments and law enforcement, when the drug dealers show up, they arrest them. So she's just getting left there being harmed. Well, they're laughing that he's paying off his drug debt and then stealing for his family and his girlfriend. And laughing at her how they're getting away with this. And she didn't know that down in that courthouse, it was that attorney, that office that was doing this to her, having her harmed. And that agent, that they were in it together. And that he was helping them, not her. And that's illegal. Oh, it's a federal crime. Why didn't they arrest him? And then when people found out that they were friends before this, and that they called him and explained to him that they were set and had him set her up and for him to steal for them. And they're the ones even going after her new husband's farm. And now they're trying to even steal from her new husband's farm. How not funny this is. And well, I told you. Back on, Friday the 10th, they said it was Agent John that showed up act like a fool saying how he's take my foreman money. Now, they already confessed they photoshopped that shower scene in the other room. Okay? Now, Danny and Jen didn't know about it. Nobody knew about it. That they even put my head on some other woman showering. Okay? And that's why nobody knew about it. Okay? It's photoshopped my head on some other woman washing in the shower. July 24th, 25, investigators. It's already documented. Okay? So, and they already confessed March 1st to 3rd of 21. They put clips together, put her in porn. Then later on, when you're describing as showering, she figured out what they did. May 12th, 22 at noon. May 26th, 22 at noon. December 1st, 25. Repeatedly made fun of November 18, 22. Made fun of everybody. Made fun of him personally. Lighthouse. June 7th, 23. Then cartel even called him a coward August 5th, 25, when they admitted to using hypnotic drugs when they drugged her and told her to say it before. See what I mean? It's just a big con. And where they said that every scenario they made it up to make fun of me. Where that family went in that office and even admitted November 27th, 25 to a federal agent that they made up that they were offended when Strange called me a faker. It didn't even concern them. Where it took me 9 months to get well after I had 6 to 10 surgeries, went to a bunch of crackpots, swelled up like a balloon, heart attack, seizures, thyroid, adrenal gland shut down. Then I had to learn to walk on numb feet, and it took me 9 months to get well. So, she's a faker and offended us. That's asinine. Or roofing, like they set up in June or July on Forest Grove Drive, construction workers. It was like a mean teenage stunt that went too far. Photoshopping, washing in the shower in the other room. And then roofing somebody and telling them to say something horrible. But it went too far because they being raped her. Oh, it went way too far. Where they even admitted they were stabbing me as I walked by with hypnotic drugs and drugging me and telling me say stuff. Huh? And then have me being raped. And see, they already confessed all of this, and they were just planning on scamming the government out of money. Well, Agent John was part of it with his friend. Like they said, they called him and explained Michelle, and he set me up, and they were just going to flat out steal from the government by victimizing me. See, this is 7 years later. I don't understand why they're playing with my doctors. I have nothing to do with them, nothing to do with their crimes. It was a big scam just to extort government money. See, that's where I told you in the beginning of the case, they said they were using the Florida drug cartel doctor. They were even relocating people to Florida for them to run experiments on people. They admitted by January 19, he never met me in person. Okay? And then they even said he was running a social experiment here. If he had someone killed in front of people, if society would go along with it. Okay? This older Indian guy showed up, really older. January 19th, that's my princess. My beautiful, beautiful princess. You make sure nobody lets anything happen to my princess. She's mine. And people talked about that he bought me from the cartel. This Indian family started following me. And then there was 3 generations of men, grandfather, son, grandson. The youngest one, they called him Henry. He was a real piece of work, real drama queen. Never talked to him. He just acts like a damn fool. He told people that I wasn't good enough to meet or even talk to, even speaking to me made his head hurt. Or the thought of speaking to me made his head hurt, and that he couldn't handle, because my IQ was too low for him to even speak to me. It would give him a headache to even talk to me, so he wasn't even going to bother to meet me in person. Even admitted that none of them met me. They told people they were doctors. There was a crazy blonde lady saying she was a psychiatrist. Now, I've never met these people. I've never talked to them. They just talk crazy around me. And that they all work for the cartel. Trying to run this big scam here. And they look like nutbags. And then, that Indian family, there was always someone around. Even my one co-worker last year was talking to someone from that family. I'd go in. Now, he's Indian, too. He'd be on the phone talking to him. You could hear him off in the distance. We all know my grandfather bought her. You know, today I had some Indian guy show up. Well, we were trying to make sure that a person like her didn't get anything. And we were trying to make sure that a person like her didn't get anything. See, they try to make it so that you're not good enough for food. You're not good enough for clothes. You're not good enough for life. You're not good enough for have a job. You're not good enough to even be alive. You know what? You're not supposed to be in my country. You're nothing but a foreigner. Telling U.S. citizens are not good enough to live in the country that they live in, and that you think you should just come in and rape, drug, and destroy people. Get out of our country. You know, ICE needs to show up. ICE needs to show up. You know, I'm not one bit racist, but when people come here from another country and they start killing and destroying U.S. citizens, they start telling all of us we're not good enough for our own home, our jewelry, our clothing, our being able to live anywhere we want, for money, for being married to anybody, and that we don't deserve life and prosperity in our own country. Tell them to get out of our country. ICE needs to arrest them and get their crazy assholes out of here. And people need to stop going along with foreign terrorists killing and selling U.S. citizens. They're not here to make a better life for themselves. They're here to take over, kill, and destroy the ones that are doing stuff like this. And they have sold and killed thousands of U.S. women and children. And they're trying to steal from our U.S. government.